doorbell at Jimmy's house. Now when you come to my house, my doorbell sounds like this.
Hey, welcome to the People's Weekly. We're back on a Tuesday evening because Saturday just didn't work out. And I'm here with Canadian Glenn. What's up, Glenn?
Good evening. Different night. I can tell you now that we got it going. Yeah, I think you might be having a Skype bandwidth issue. Exactly what you wanted to hear. But it's just little drops. Not a big deal.
Man, that sucks.
See, you said we're going to have a perfect show. You should have never said that. What do you expect?
That's true. So, yeah, what's going on with the view up here? Let's get through the announcement part of the show.
Okay, just from that, I can confirm it is a Skype issue. Well,
what am I breaking up or what?
No, you're dropping. You know, that little fade out?
Yeah.
The usual Skype thing. Well, Canadian election is nearing. The bullshit is increasing exponentially. I guess if you were to have like a television show that was from someplace in fucking middle America in 2016, then I guess that's kind of what Canada's starting to look like. There have been marches in Canadian cities with small groups of people quite happy to brandish the swastika. Things are heating up. Of course, every political party insists that they have nothing to do with it. But, you know, then you take a look at what political parties all the Nazis support, and it's pretty clear. But that's another issue. So, I mean, I'll just keep doing shows that are relative to what's happening. There is something that's going on in Canada now that we haven't seen before at this scale. Just in a nutshell, in 2015, Canada elected what we call a liberal government. That means the Conservatives were out. Well, since 2015 to now, there have been 7 provincial elections, and the Conservatives have won 6 of them. So now, it's like having a Republican in the White House and a Republican Senate. That's what Canada has right now. Or that's what they want. We've got a Democrat in the White House. Actually, that works pretty good when you think about it. So they want a Republican in the White House. So all the provinces that have conservative governments are fucking with the federal government. They're not signing agreements to get funding programs. The same thing the Republicans do. Exact same thing. So that's what my show tomorrow is going to be about. And the title is Spending Hundreds of Millions of Tax Dollars to Own the Libs.
Wow.
Because that's exactly what's happening.
That sucks. Canada's supposed to be better than that. But,
And
yeah.
I guess I can talk about future guests before the election that I know for sure. Mr. Frank Graves, who is the head of a very well-respected polling company in Canada. And more Americans would know who this is than Canadians, unfortunately. Caroline Orr, RVA Wonk, who is working in Canada in the lead up to the Canadian election.
Cool. Yeah, that's Wednesday nights, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, correct?
Correct.
TheViewUpHere.ca. or just follow Canadian Glenn and click on the show on BTR when he tweets it out.
That'll work too.
Yeah. I'm really stoned, Glenn. That's unusual for me.
Well, let's get to the sponsors.
Okay. My sponsor is a Stizzy pen, but it's Granddaddy Purple. That's what I'm smoking right now.
Very good. Very, very nice. On my end, tonight's show is sponsored by Death Bubba.
Death Bubba and Granddaddy Purple. Wow. So yeah, there's a Music to Riot 2 coming up real soon. I haven't had any time to do anything. That's why it's been so delayed. So hopefully by the end of this week it'll be out. If not, then I just lied again. And this show right here, the People's Weekly, it might switch around from day to day for a few weeks till we find a spot that fits, because Saturday we thought it was going to work, but it just ended up not working. And I noticed when we canceled it, some MAGA Nazis that follow People's Radio were happy about that. So congratulations, y'all. We canceled one show for 3 days. So yeah, today's show is all about concentration camps, immigration, and all that sort of stuff. Are there any more announcements or anything we have to talk about before we start that?
Nope.
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 Okay. So yeah, did the show tweet out?
Yes.
Oh, okay, we're good. So yeah, ICE raids are happening all over the country. This is a crucial moment in history. If we let this happen without a fight, it will continue to get much worse. And once the quote-unquote illegals are no longer a problem, other groups will be demonized and become targeted. What can and should we do to stop this madness? If the masses don't fight for immigrants, who will be next? And will anyone step up to fight for them? Or will we continue to wait for an all-out, massive-scale genocide with thousands of people disappeared before we even bother to take action? Because that's what it seems like is going to happen.
Well, I mean, you know, I purposely try and keep some disconnection from American politics because it's just too much on a day-to-day basis for me. This whole ICE thing, I mean, you know, I don't even know how long ago it was that me, you, and Nolan first talked about this on the People's Weekly. It's got to be a few months ago. But even back then, I just looked at it as one thing I remember from history, and it still is as far as I'm concerned. And that's the Einsatzgruppen, who were German SS companies who were behind enemy lines that did nothing but investigate and round up people that they didn't want there anymore. And considering the way they're rounding up American citizens, parents, all this kind of thing, this is Einsatzgruppen. Totally. This is exactly what they did. So how much are you going to put up with? Well, that's already too much. What's going to happen? Yeah. I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it just seems like a lot of people support it. I look on Twitter. I look even, you know, they went to some Trump rally, and these people don't care. They're like, good, lock them up, get rid of them. We need to get rid of them all. And we've already talked about this before. There's people willing to go down to the border and kill people because they're not citizens. And that's happened a lot of years. You know, that's been going on for a while. These Nazis that go down to the border with guns, but it's gotten to a crazy level now. And then the rest of the people, they talk, we hate these camps, we hate this, we hate that, but, they're not really doing anything. They're like, oh, we'll vote Democrat and it'll all be okay. That seems to be what these people think is going to happen, but it's really not.
But again, there's nothing new here, unfortunately. There's nothing new. This has all happened before. Just change the language, change which are the good guys and which are the bad guys. And we've seen this movie before. It's no different. And the thing about a lot of these bandwagon motherfuckers who can blend in on the quote-unquote correct side, their day will come. We know that from history. You're either in or you're not. We'll use you, we'll tell you you're in, but no. I mean, it's like any other human conquest operation. Use as many tools as you can find. And, that's part of fascism. Everybody, oh yeah, you're a good guy. And the thing about a lot of these freaks that I don't think gets mentioned a lot, it's the same thing about the kid who talks about sex all the time in school is the one who never gets any. And I think it's the same thing with these guys because they're actually scared shitless that they're going to end up in the camp someday. And that's why they got such a hard-on for this kind of stupidity. Anything to protect themselves from authority. So if that means complying with authority, a lot of people think that's a suitable trade-off. But, of course, they are obviously fortunate enough to have that decision to begin with.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. I mean, people have been dying. They've been arresting American citizens.
Yeah.
On quite a few occasions now, where they're like, "Oh, even if you could prove it, we're going to hold you." What the hell?
Well,
if you show your papers, you should be able to go walk right out of there. I don't understand what they're holding you longer for. It doesn't make any sense.
No, this is part of it. This is extrajudicial now. This is literally, we don't need no stinking badges, and that's Einsatzgruppen. I mean, they would roll into a town, whether it was, in wherever, that the German army had already gone through, and they would roll in, and the first place they go is a police station or any other place of authority. And they'd make it clear about who's in charge and who works for who. That's the number one thing, right? So it's the same way. There's nothing different.
Yeah,
ICE comes into town. I mean, I never thought I'd see American metropolitan mayors and metropolitan police chiefs have to publicly come out and say that they will not cooperate with a federal law enforcement agency. There's something very wrong in that simple occurrence.
Because they do it anyway, in a lot of cases.
But just the fact that they have to come out and say it, things are already fucking way out of control when that has to happen. Because look how much shit they put up with and never say a word. Right?
Yeah, there's nobody to save us. Like, if people are like, oh, when it gets bad enough before they come for me, some other country will attack. See, that's the part. History repeats itself, but not exactly. You know what I mean?
Well, it changes for the technology level and the numbers and stuff like that.
We have Boris fucking Johnson just became prime minister.
Oh, God.
Do you think he's going to come and save us from fascism?
He is fascism.
That's what I'm saying. There's nobody. It's not like before where fascists would go after Hitler because he was getting too big for his own good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And communists were attacking it. The communists created this fascist environment right here. Or the Russians. I don't know if they're communists anymore, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
They helped put this all into play. So we really got no allies as far as the people here. the government seems to have all the allies, and all these right-wing governments, they're not going to make it easier for us. People should have been fighting a long time ago when I told them, years and years ago, fight Clinton, fight Bush, fight Obama. No, now Trump's here. And all the crap they're talking, they're still not ready to fight it.
That's true, man. You know, I mean, this is something that just gets lost in the day-to-day fucking shit whirlpool. But people are people. And it doesn't matter if you're talking about a kid in kindergarten who wants more cookies than he's supposed to have, or you're talking about somebody who wants the power to change entire parts of the world. It's based on the same concept. Well, I'll take one extra. See, nobody said nothing. I'll take two. Nobody said nothing. I'm pissed off today. I'm going to take 4. Fuck this. Holy shit, they didn't do anything. And there you go. Game on. You know?
Yeah.
Human nature. Human nature. With an asshole. You know, I mean, there are people that simply just won't do it because it's not right. But there are a lot of people that will take until they can't take no more. And then when they get caught, they'll bullshit their way into taking even more yet. If they can sell it.
I don't know if you've noticed, Glenn, but they're trying to make ICE more tolerable to the great unwashed. So yes. I think what they're doing, I've seen some posters where they have this. They're really trying to promote the ICE Gestapo, you know, the ICE. What are they called? Soldiers, ICE agents. They're a lot of them are Latino, so they're selling out their own people to, you know, to get in the graces of white supremacy. But yeah, they'll have these really good-looking people on there leaning on the cars and be like, ICE is Latino, ICE is everybody, ICE is here to protect you. We're all safer because of ICE. And then when Pence went there was this Nazi standing guard in front of him, and now she's like the #1 pinup girl on Twitter or something.
Helga.
She even has a thing where she's doing some kind of a Hail Hitler thing in a mirror. Yeah. I don't know if she's just leaning or if she meant it to look like that, but she's in her uniform throwing up a Sieg Heil or whatever. And she's Latina.
She looks like a mix of just Magda Goebbels and Nurse Ratched.
And they're calling her Ice Bay.
Oh, God.
It's ridiculous, man. I mean...
Well, see, this is part of the program as well. This is an old, tried and true fascist method. You create heroes out of killers.
Yeah, I don't know if she's a hero. I mean, you look down at these pictures, a bunch of creepy dudes talking about what they want to do to her, or, you know, arrest me, lock me in those cages. How do those guys have it bad? Like these right-wing MAGA dudes seem to think that she's there to have sex with everyone in the cages. So already that's blowing my mind.
But if that gets them to turn out to a rally or to pull some shit in meat space, fine. We don't care. We don't care what it was that got you to buy. Just fucking buy.
Ooh, I wonder if she's going to be a guest at one of the next upcoming KKK/Trump rallies or whatever they are. That wouldn't be surprising, would it?
And again, just like fanboys of any ilk, you get too close to the Madonna and you're going to find yourself in a world of hurt. I mean, that's how shit works. So, you know, whatever, man. I mean, it's basically just like a big tease.
Yeah, I just don't see it. She's a Nazi. She's a Gestapo agent. She's standing in front of people in cages that did nothing wrong. Well, this guy's standing there with Mike Pence saying, we got guys on towers. If anyone gets rowdy, we'll take them out. What the fuck, dude? Don't you think maybe a decent person, you know, maybe it's more attractive to do the right thing and not be a fascist fucking Nazi, in my opinion. I don't know. Yeah,
but the secret to consolidating and increasing power is to play Himmler.
Yeah, but we live in a world with 7 billion people. There's a lot of women that look as good as her, or not, if not way better, that aren't Nazis. Why don't you just pass over the Nazis and be like, fuck them?
Well, they don't want to. That's the point. I mean, it's no different in the Third Reich with people like Leni Riefenstahl and other German female athletes and pilots. They were superstars because they played the game, and she plays the game.
Yeah, I guess. I people make me sick, man. You know that.
I mean, what I am seeing is I'm seeing definite stronger organization and turnout and just overall coordination in some cities against ICE detention centers than in others. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Why that is, I don't know. I'm happy to see it, that's for sure. But I mean, you know, are one of these few places going to be where shit goes off? Because eventually it will. You know it will. So
yeah, there's a few stories out there about people that thwarted the ICE raids. Like communities would get together, hold hands around somebody's house, and not let the agents in. Mm-hmm. Other people would like not let them take somebody out of a car and made them run them out the neighborhood. So there's a bit of good news there. It's just that's not going to work long, you know. Eventually they're going to get more. Already an ICE agent threatened some lady if she crossed the street. He was going to shoot at her or something. So they're going to get more violent. It's going to get bad. It's already bad, but I mean, they're going to step it up. There's no way they're going to say, oh, we're going to let these citizens stop us from doing our Nazi shit. Nah.
Well, I think part of it is it didn't really take that long for those sort of actions to spread. And there's enough of them going on that, and with the cameras that always show up and everything else, it's a problem. It's a problem for what they're trying to do. So they may be wondering, well, if we escalate this into maybe being more heavily armed or something like that, what's the reaction going to be then?
It won't be anything because that's how the police roll, and people don't do shit.
Yeah, but the police don't have the power to throw you out of the country.
Yeah, I guess. It's just, I think what they're going to do is they don't even have to get more heavily armed. They'll just pass some kind of legislation saying, oh, if you stop ICE from doing their job, it becomes a felony or this or that. And then they could be heavily armed more too as well. You know what I mean? But it's going to be some little fuckery going on. That's what they always do. If you mess with this person, it's 5 to 10 years mandatory or some shit. You got to let the Nazis snatch people up. Try to scare people. Give them a bigger consequence. I think that's the kind of shit they're going to try to do.
Yeah,
I hope I'm wrong. What?
No, it could be.
So here's real quick, you know, that dude, Wilhelm van Sprausen, he tried to do something, but he went alone. You know what I mean? He tried to disable the ICE trucks or buses that were picking up people.
Yep.
And he got murdered for it. And he left a cool letter for the revolution. I encourage everyone to read it. Just post it on Twitter. It's somebody who went out and actually did something. Like all the lip service we give every day doesn't really change anything, but he went out and tried to make a difference. I think maybe he didn't do it the smartest way possible, but I commend what he did. You know what I mean? He did what he believed in, and he did something good, and he tried to do something good, and he gave his life for the betterment of the people. The thing is, I just wish he had a few thousand more people with him, or at least a few hundred. You know, go in there like an army, go in there and hit hard. And even if he did die, it probably would have, you know, they would have got some stuff done. There are more people involved. I don't know. There's power in numbers, and these cats got numbers. They got walkie-talkies, they got guns, they got backup, they got helicopters. We got people. We need the people to show up. We need the people to be fearless and show up. Because until that happens, nothing's going to change. We're going to keep having one-off martyrs, and that's not good. That's not beneficial for anybody. We lose. That was a soldier willing to fight, and we lost him now. You know, we got to do better.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think martyr is a good description for him, but you know, not.
You think
being
martyr is what? I'm sorry.
I think martyr's a good way to describe him.
Oh, okay. You broke up. Sorry.
Oh, not being an American. When I look at that dude, I think that's what America is supposed to be. The dude made his decision, and he planned for it. He didn't expect to come back, and he carried it out. I mean, any way you want to grade that on any sort of scale from whatever time period, that dude went out on his terms. So, you know, always going to respect that.
Yeah, and I mean, read his letter. Read his letter. I know. Did you read it, Glenn?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's talking about love. It's talking about revolution. It's not talking about this madness, these cats that go shoot shit up, you know, these Nazi scum. Oh, we're doing it for this or that or Trump. He's talking about love for the people and how are we going to let this happen? And what are you going to say you did? You know, when history looks, what did you do to stop it? Why isn't anyone doing anything? You know, it was common sense letter. Yep. It makes me wonder, where the fuck are these people? Everyone's going to do all this, all that. Oh my God. Remember that group, that piece of shit group, Refuse Fascism, that I was trying to work with a while back, and then I started trashing them on the show because they let the Nazis march through downtown LA because the police asked them to not march the way they had planned, and they said, cool. It turns out this group was infiltrated by the police. This is the group that was telling me, had me all riled up. We're not moving until shit's right. We're going to stay out here. We're going to stay in these streets. We're not going to stop. Starting on November 4th, we're not leaving. We'll be out here every day, blah, blah, blah. That was until 6:30 that night, by the way. And they promptly lost their permit or whatever and went home, or, you know, their permit expired, so they all went home. So it turns out this is the group. It was in a lot of the press was reporting on it. The LAPD infiltrated this group, and then they found they weren't a threat, so they left it alone. Now they work together, kind of. So it's just that's the kind of shit you get. These big groups, and they talk all this good shit, and then they're just there to just get people complacent. Like, yeah, look, we're working along with the police, but we're making a lot of noise in the street, and we have celebrities and trucks and shit. It's just stupid, man.
Man.
You can't work within the system. You cannot work within the system. And if you have this giant group raising money nonstop, why don't they see you as a threat? That doesn't even make sense. Refuse fascism, but the fascists don't see you as a threat. So yeah, I don't know, Glenn.
Well, that's just called a eunuch, is all that's called. I mean, power doesn't give a shit how many little groups of kumbaya there are out there. They ain't going to change anything. If it keeps them all together, whatever the fuck they're doing, they're not getting in our face, hey, that's fine. That's the way power looks at it.
What, you just sent me a picture of, it looked like Trump's daughter with some cop?
Yep.
What is that all about?
Take a look at that. I don't know if it's new 2020 campaign apparel.
Oh, the shirt with all the T's all crazy on it?
Yeah, and look at it a little further focused back.
Hang on, let me...
It's a swastika.
You know, Skype is doing some crazy things saying, do you want to share your screen?
No.
Oh my God, it is a swastika. I'm looking at it. You're right. Wow. Is that real?
I don't know. I can't say for sure, but I mean, what the fuck?
Okay, for you people that can't see this, it looks like a house. It's got like a, upside down V on the top. And then it has 4. Oh my God, are you kidding? It has 4 T's. But it's in between the T's. It can't be real. No, but they would. Come on. They're not that dumb. Maybe they are.
Well, this is part of the level it's wound up to. There was a time, a few years ago, 5 years ago for sure, where you could look at that and you could be confident that that's fake. Today? I don't know.
Yeah, I had to blow it up to see it. I seriously doubt that's real. That's got to be a joke. There's no way, dude. That's hilarious, but I'm pretty sure it's photoshopped. I'd be super surprised if it wasn't.
My God. Yeah, it does look just too perfect the way it's there, but...
I can't right now. I can't blow it up with this because I got everything on the screen. So I'm looking at a little tiny picture inside the Skype chat because I got everything for the show up here. Yeah, dude, people need to do something. People need to step up, united, not one person. If one person keeps doing something like we said, that's going to be tragic.
Yeah.
People have to unite. We need numbers down there. We need hundreds, if not thousands, if not tens of thousands, if not millions. You know how fast we could end this if millions of people would just say, screw it, I'm taking a few weeks off work and going to handle some stuff. It'd be over.
Well, that's pretty much how Occupy was for me. It's like, all right, I'm busy. What are you doing? No, I'm busy. You don't understand. I'll see you when I see you. I don't know. I mean, this is the other side of the coin, establishing an authoritarian state. I mean, it's just like keep spending nearly $1 trillion on the military a year. You can't just pile all that shit up. You got to use it. So, you know what that leads to.
Yeah, and full militarized SWAT teams in the street that I got to film. That's what it leads to.
Well, not just domestically. It's it's externally is where the issue is for most. But it's the same. You can't keep putting shit in the cupboards without taking some of it out at some time. Just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, for years, the whole world heard about how many firearms are under citizen ownership in the United States. I don't know why Willem Van Spronsen didn't know any of these people. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. I understand that, but it's scary sometimes with people because you don't know who you can trust. That's why you need local people that you know what I mean? And then the problem with local people that is not all of them are with it. Like, I know cats that will go out there with guns and do all kinds of crazy shit, but revolution, nah. How am I going to make money off that? You know, that's the mentality of people out here sometimes, and it's fucked up, but that's the way it is.
Yeah. But I mean, again, this is almost like Hunger Games bullshit. You're busy trying to fucking live. We can do what we want.
Yeah, but there's other people trying to live too, and now they're in cages, And
yes, I do.
As humans, we can't let that happen to any other humans. Doesn't matter their nationality. Doesn't matter who they're a citizen of.
Yep.
They're humans. They're our species. I don't know why people don't get that. Like, why can't we look at ourselves as a species first? We're a bunch of stupid-ass monkeys on a stupid-ass planet, and we need to at least say, hey, I'm going to take care of the other ones that are like me. It just doesn't make sense. It's like we'd rather say, oh, I want these assholes in cages. These assholes are cool. These people are good. These people are bad. This is it. Fuck that. It's stupid. We're all the same species. Like
I don't think that.
Do these people say, oh, look at that dog is brown, that dog's white, that dog's black, they're all different? No, they'd be like, oh, look at all the dogs. I don't understand why we can't just say, look at all the damn people, primates, monkeys, whatever the hell we are. You know what I mean? We're all the same. We're a species. The color of the skin doesn't really matter. I don't get this whole fucking mentality like that. There's no other species that the average person is gonna say, like, they're gonna say, oh, look at, there's a white pigeon, a black pigeon. The white pigeon is more powerful than the black pigeons. Who says that shit? It's a bunch of pigeons. Look at the white one. Look at the gray and black ones.
Well, along that line, in the mammal world, it's usually the one member that gets excluded and outcast is the albino, the white one. So shove that up your ass, humans.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever going to happen unless the day comes where another alien species comes to visit. That's the only thing that will ever unite humanity. There has to be a global threat that's not us.
Good luck with that. I just think people are stupid. They're so stupid. There's other species now. What do you need an alien species from another planet? You got millions of species right here on this planet.
Yeah, but we're talking about power. We're talking about the food chain.
Oh, so it has to be an advanced alien species. Really good luck with that. That's not going to happen ever.
Well, I think I'm either down with Meteor Strike 2019 or the Borg can show up. Whatever. At least there'll be fucking order.
Oh, man, I don't get it. People need to fucking wake up. We could end this in no time. We just need bodies. We need people out there. We need people to oppose this.
Well, the other thing
guns.
too.
Let's just grab our guns and go show up.
The other thing too. Occupy was really the last time that, outside of live streaming, that massive demonstrations against the status quo in the United States are on network. Even look at what's going on in Puerto Rico. Where the fuck is that stuff on network?
Yeah.
It's not.
Look at William Van Sprausen. If he was a Nazi, goes in and shoots up a church, a school, a synagogue, a mosque, immediately they got to do pictures all over, the manifesto, this and that, and they're talking about it for a day or two at least, trying to say how he's just mentally ill, he's not a terrorist, he's this and that. Man, there's hardly anything out there about William Van Sprausen. And the stuff there is just a couple white-wing people trying to connect it to Antifa terrorism, which doesn't exist. There's no such thing.
Yeah, but you have to look at the deeper reasons that this shit goes on and on and on and never gets stopped. It doesn't matter how heinous the crime. There are some fucked up individuals that are going to be encouraged by it. And if there's somebody out there who's thinking about shooting up a synagogue, once they see somebody else do it, no matter how reprehensible it is, Because those are the people you really have to worry about in general society. That microscopic percentage that is fucking crazy and has access. Those are the people you got to worry about. So, by the same logic, if they turned Van Spronsen into some sort of cult hero, that would be encouraging more attacks against the government. And they ain't going to do that.
So encourage attacks against the people, but not against the government. That's stupid.
Well, who's in charge? You know?
If the media is supposed to be a neutral, kind of thing, they're not supposed to be. But we all know they, depending on which outlet, they work for one side or the other of the same coin. But yeah, we need something on the people's side, man.
Well, any media outlet, I don't care what medium they broadcast in, whether it's print, whether it's online, whether it's radio, whether it's television, if you can't get the absolute ownership in one, at one dinner table, if it's a fucking board or a hedge fund or whatever that is the majority owner, that's not media. That's a public relations entertainment firm seeking profit.
Yeah. And that's what they all are.
Well, the ones that have guaranteed access, in this free market society.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about like CNN, Fox, MSN, all them.
They pay for their access. And it's well worth their cost. That's just how shit works.
I mean, it's just like the average person hasn't even heard the story about Van Spronsen. Like nothing. Like
no.
People are shocked when you tell them about it. Like, how come I didn't hear about that?
Because it was an attack on a government facility. You're not going to hear about it. It's just no. It's just like when you watch the promo commercial for The Handmaid's Tale. You're put away because you're, quote unquote, mentally unstable. You're not part of the resistance because officially there is no resistance. It's the same thing.
Well, resistance is a term the Democrats use to try to get rid of Trump or whatever. But I'm talking about really a resistance, a revolution, All those people with resist in their hashtag, they ain't going to do shit but vote. And as soon as their party's in office, whatever tragic bullshit atrocities they do, rapes, child molestations, anything like that is cool, as long as it's not the other party. That's how both of them are. They got Democratic governors who wore blackface. They got, and the only reason they're not getting rid of him because the other guy was a sexual predator. If they get rid of both of them, a Republican will take over. So they're going to protect the two crooked-ass Democrats. And they'd have the audacity to talk shit about the Republicans who do the exact same thing, just in reverse. These people are sick. And as long as their person's in office, they're all cool. And they all talk shit about somebody else that gets in office next that does the exact same shit for a different party. How sick is that, dude? These people are blind and stupid.
It's conditioned. It's indoctrinated. It has become folklore,
I mean,
people talk about old civilizations, like the Incas, the Mayans, the indigenous North Americans, about how they had these stories and these written things. And that was their history. Well, this is how history is being made now. Over what party you vote for, what side of town you go to. That's what you got now. Yeah, it sucks.
The Epstein thing is a perfect example. You have Republicans just giddy like, oh, Bill Clinton's going to prison. Then you have Democrats going, oh, Trump's going to prison. The facts are neither one's probably going to even get touched by this. even though they were both involved with the guy, and they're probably both really sick people that need to go to prison or even worse, but the Democrats it's going to get Trump. It's going to get Trump. Oh, Clinton didn't do anything, and then the Republicans are the opposite. It's going to get Clinton. Oh, Trump denounced him, and it's just such utter bullshit. How come none of these people are like, good? I hope I get all these bastards. Whoever did it, whatever party they're from, I hope they're all gone. Because those kids are worth more than these people's stupid ass careers and social standing. Fuck them all. But they don't say that. It's one side or the other. One side or the other.
Yep.
Oh, and what I was going to say earlier, as far as all these people that want to get rid of Antifa, it's easy. You can eliminate them in one day. Just get rid of all the Nazis and fascists. There'd be no more anti-fascists. Well, I mean, they wouldn't be active. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You wouldn't see anybody getting bopped in the street, because what creates anti-fascists is the need to eliminate fascists that are destroying and hurting people, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's another thing. You want to get rid of Antifa? Get rid of the Nazis. Then you don't have to deal with anything.
Wow, that really sucks. I thought I liked to fucking tweet for a thread because I was going to use it, and now I can't find it. What a fucking drag.
What a fucking drag.
Wow. Well,
So
we'll see what the sponsor has to say about that. Go ahead.
So yeah, once this immigration thing gets under control, quote unquote, according to the government, what do you think's next? They got these concentration camps. They're already starting to drag U.S. citizens. Who do you think would be the most likely group? I have some ideas on that. What they're going to snatch up next.
Well, just on the overall system, I think there is a primary function reversal from Germany. In Germany, this system was set up based on ideology, and it attracted people who figured out they could make money. Today, in the United States, the system was set up to make money. And there are people attracted to it where it's their ideology. That's the difference I see in the system. Same result.
Yeah.
Same objective. But who's next? Well, I mean, so much of this also depends, as other things have, like the Clinton crime bill, as it got further down the pipe. State courts are going to have a lot to say about who gets sent to these places. Now, if they somehow run out of Latinos or whoever else they want to steal and put in there, I don't know. I mean, they may try for something more general, because I think in a lot of the southern states, a lot of the red states, debtor's prison exists. So, I mean, hey, these facilities are open. We got these contracts. We want a bill. I mean, you've heard the stories about sheriffs and counties in bumfuck Alabama who are taking the entire budget for his jail for food or entertainment and buying a fucking truck or whatever. So, I mean, you get into these federal contracts in these high security, quote unquote, facilities. The fraud is off the charts. I mean, it's a blank fucking check. So they're not going to run out of groups. Let's put it that way. They never do seem to. Any of these systems. They never run out of people. There's always somebody new. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
I think they made it's not illegal to come and seek asylum. Well, it wasn't illegal until recently. So they made that illegal, and I'm thinking, what else do they make illegal? Oh, people living. So, I mean, I'm being serious, though. You got all these people. Like the other day, I heard some asshole talking about the police should just come through and firebomb these homeless people under that bridge. Then we won't have to deal with the problem anymore. Like, he thought that was a good idea for them to, like, torch people. The police doing it.
Well, yeah, not him. Holy shit.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people are like that, man. I see these meetings where people come and, like, we just want to get rid of the homeless people. They're criminalizing everything. Like, living in a car is criminalized. Living here is criminalized. Staying on the sidewalks is criminalized. Eventually, people are going to start getting round up. They already are, but I mean, in a more massive way. There's some more revenue for them camps. Look, we're clearing the streets. And you know what? People will support that. A lot of people. I think it's more than you think. That would support just disappearing homeless people no matter where they go, what they do to them. As long as they don't have to know if they're in a mass grave somewhere. You know? Well, it starts like that. First the immigrants, people don't like them, let's get rid of them. Then the next group people don't like. So, 2 or 3 groups that are quote unquote problems or whatever. Some people will support that. But then each time they do it, they got more power to go and get the next group, It's
that was a common dynamic.
Disgusting.
That was a common dynamic in towns that were around concentration camps in Germany.
What was?
Those same attitudes. It's like, yeah, I mean, those people, they just shouldn't be anywhere around. Like, just get rid of them.
Yeah. Like, you probably wouldn't believe some of the horror. When I'm out there filming, these people are like, good, clean them up, get them out of here. Like, loudly, people yelling that down the street to the police and the cleanup crews.
And how many of these people
one dude was like, why don't you throw them in the dumpster, not the stuff? Get rid of the problem. Like, he wanted them to throw the people in the dumpster. I think I talked about it on another show.
Yeah, but how many of these people are one paycheck away from the same fucking place?
Doesn't matter. They never see themselves there till they're there.
That's true. That's true.
That's what I told that one dude that was talking about they should be firebombed and not be able to be there and all this and that. I said, do you have a car? I was like, oh, because he was on the bus, right? I was like, where's your car? He's like, I don't have a car. I said, oh man, we should stop all these buses. We should like just fuck these people on buses. They slow up traffic. They make shit miserable for them. He gave me the weirdest look. I was like, we should just eliminate those people because they're fucking pieces of shit. I'm trying to get down the street and a bus fucking stops and holds up everything. I don't have time for this shit. Those people should just be dealt with some kind of way. I don't think he put the 2 and 2 together. I think he thought I was just crazy ranting about buses. But yeah, you got to think about it. There's always somebody above you, dude, that wants you gone. Quote unquote above. I don't mean that like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always somebody that's going to say, you're the piece of shit. So when you're looking down on everybody else, someone else is looking down on you. You think those billionaires don't look down on this guy?
Well, that's how they guarantee adherence and compliance from so many average fucking nobodies. Because if they got to do that, I mean, it's like it was back in East Germany and the Soviet Union with the Stasi, neighbors phoning on neighbors for $10 for one check mark on some fucking file somewhere that they should never see anyway. That's what they create with these authority systems. Because that's another thing too. If ICE is just rounding up fucking anybody, how does that change a lot of people's just everyday attitude, What if there is some Mexican ancestry, 3rd generation Americans? I know they're there. What if they think, holy fuck, now I could end up here? You know, I mean,
yeah, they're already talking about that.
It's got a real chilling effect on the whole society to a certain degree, because so many more people are vulnerable now.
Yeah, Latinos for Trump and Latinas for Trump.
Insane.
They might be in some concentration camps eventually. You know? All those social media posts ain't gonna do shit for them because they can't change their skin color. They can't change their nationality or their race.
You know, when I hear something like that, you know what I think of? Apaches for Custer. You know,
What?
Like, fuck off. Like, you're insane. Apaches for the U.S. Cavalry. Like, give me a break.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, these people don't. I don't know. It's like these border patrol guards. Like, you taking your own people away. You know what I mean? Like we're all humans, but since you don't care about none of that species shit, you're going by race and ethnicity and whatever. You're taking your own race, your own ethnicity, your own people a fucking way. What's wrong with you?
No, you see, when they all wear the badge and they face everybody else, yeah, we're all the same. Then they get behind the curtain and they have their own racial division. You know, I mean, I think there have been, you know, some kind of egghead fucking studies that have said a big issue with visible minority police is a lot of them turn out to be absolutely not what they're supposed to be, to represent back to their community. You know, some of them find that the easiest way to get in is to beat the shit out of your own people for them. And some people will do it, I guess. So, I mean, you know, I've said this how many times on how many fucking different shows. The problem in every system is that it's run by people. People are the problem. And there's no active program that I'm aware of to generally overall improve people.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It just seems like that shit enrages me when I hear stuff like, oh, the police should firebomb these people, or, oh, they should just go and shoot everyone coming across the border, or they should throw these people in the trash, or, you know what I mean? It's so crazy.
The other psychological angle to people like this is that one day when the cops finally do come for them, they are so fucking shocked, they don't put up a fight. They can't believe it's happening. How could this ever happen to me? I love you guys. Bonk. Tase. You know?
Yeah, I've often said all those Blue Lives Matter people, the Blue Lives Matter only goes as far as until you get pulled over for a speeding ticket or something. You know, those people get pissed off at these cops too, so I don't understand it. They just don't hate them murdering people and shit. They only hate them taxing their asses. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But you have to realize they do this shit to people every fucking day. They pull people over and ruin their lives. Murder them. And you like, I love them so much, and they give you a ticket. Goddamn cop, I hate them. And then you back to, I love them. As soon as they murder another black person, I love them. Blue Lives Matter.
It's that one. That one that gave me the ticket. He needs to go.
He's a bad apple, yeah.
But the rest of them are just fantastic. That's how they
marvelous.
Oh my God. Unbelievable. I mean, you know, really, on the big question of this show, what do you do? I have no idea, you know. I'm not there. And
because like that's y'all's problem.
No, but I mean, you know, even you look again, unfortunately, it's our best comparison. Going back to Nazi Germany, 30 camps over more than half of Europe. Well, you probably got 30 camps in fucking Texas. So, what about the rest of the country?
I'm sure there's camps we don't even know about.
Well, for sure, there always is. But I mean, it's just so massive. And, better living through technology. It's just that everything is so hyper monetized. And
I just think you do damage where you can, wherever you can get the large numbers. But you don't go and hold picket signs and sing songs and say vote Democrat. You go in there to bust stuff down. Like, this building is going to crumble today before we leave. All the people will be free, and it will be a blaze of fire as we're walking down the street leaving today. And if these cats stay, they're going to have to get dealt with. They can leave if they want. It's up to them. I'm talking about the guards, whoever's there. Like, they want to give us problems, they might lose their lives today. They want to just leave, we'll let them leave. You can retreat. Do the right thing for once. Let us free these people. But you're not going to have a place to come back to ever. Not here. This place is gone. It's nothing. It's crumbled. It just doesn't make sense. One at a time. Millions of people can do this.
Well, I think if there was some way to compare, I'm just guessing that, if you want to go back in time through major revolutions, whether it's the fall of the Roman Empire or the French Revolution or the American Revolution, or you could talk about Haiti. There's lots to talk about. But when you look at those events, they all have different points where enough people said, oh, okay, fuck it, that's it. And I think in a country like the United States, nobody knows where that point is, because people have generally the masses that matter, that are doing sweet fuck all, have so much shit that how much can be taken away from them, how much they don't even notice, but how much can they lose before they get to that point? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I just need to win the lottery, man. Somebody won $500 million in the lottery.
Powerball?
I don't know. I don't play the lottery, but if I did, I need to start, because if I win $500 million, I could arm all the poor and homeless people in California. We'd have an army. AKs for everybody. I think I told you that earlier. Yeah. I'm like, fuck it, let's take this shit over. And if they don't take it over, they're wreaking havoc in the streets, so they're still doing something good, right? Just make sure you aim at the pigs, not the people.
See, now the first thing you have to do is, if you win $500 million, you'll probably only get about $300 after tax.
No, I was reading something. Some dude left with $600 million after it was way more than that. That's what he went home with.
Oh, that's his take home.
Yeah.
Okay, now what you do is you build some building that's fucking totally geared for 3D printing, industrial. And you start a brand new whole product line of 3D semi-automatic rifles. And then you pull an Elon Musk and you basically give them away to people that meet the conditions. And otherwise, they're like fucking $6,000 a rifle. Because
you gotta be poor and you gotta hate police.
And if your income is too high, it's $6,000 a rifle. And you know that the fucking hipsters with cash will buy one. Just to say they have one. They'll put it on the fucking wall.
Yeah, I don't want them on the walls. I want them to be used to take over places.
That
get
too.
People free.
Take the money to keep it going.
Oh, I see.
Oh, yeah.
I was just going to have like an Acme crates flowing in helicopters full of AKs and then...
No, that's a Stallone movie, man. Hang on. That's Rocky 2, I think.
Oh, is that what I got it from? I knew I got it from somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So anything else on this? Because I know we had one topic kind of. It was a big topic for a show.
Yeah.
Good thing I didn't do any tangents, because I'll never do a tangent again, remember?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so I'm glad. No tangents today.
Okay. Well, whatever.
It's not like we talked about lotteries or anything weird.
I was going to have something else, but I lost the fucking thread that I was linking it to. So much for that.
Oh. That's what that was for.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it was the best explanation I've seen in the easiest to understand language. Why we're not roaring down impeachment road right now. There, believe it or not, are
both
very,
parties
very
are the same?
No, there are very, very strong and important reasons that can't be done right now. Because the way the Trump White House has been injunctions and all this kind of shit, a White House hasn't done this before. So there is a way to skip all the delays and get shit quicker. But you're setting a precedent that the White House can break a constitutional power of the House.
Yeah.
And that's a big, 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 big price to pay. That is making the office of the president a lot more powerful in one move.
Yeah, people don't realize that once Trump's gone, all this power is still going to be there. The next person's not going to come and be like, let me absolve myself of all this power. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, there's no TR coming. It's not happening.
They might not push it right away, but that power is going to be there for whoever wants to use it again.
Exactly.
And shit, Trump might use it. He's going to be there a while, I think.
Well, whatever. We'll see. But I mean, you know, this yelling and screaming for impeachment, yeah, I get it. But I mean, let's remember, too, Nixon cheated in the 72 election. He resigned in 75. And he still didn't get impeached. He resigned. So, you know, this isn't a quick fix. It doesn't matter what the deal is.
Hey, here we go back to my million people. A million people on Capitol Hill, a million people at the White House can drag Trump and Pelosi out of there. And everyone else. I mean, that's how you got to do it sometimes. Just got to go all out. Fuck it. Get a big group of number, you know. No, I don't know, man. People need to get together and do some shit. That's all.
See, this is where you consider the impossible dream. And, you know, when I look at the problem of the United States, of Washington, D.C., and quite a few state capitals and some cities, there is one way that there could be like a clean, complete sweep. But there's only one force that could do it. And that's the United States Army.
Well, so when
you get to the point where you're talking about the United States and you're hoping for a military coup, something went wrong somewhere.
Hey, I'll tell you what, though, for the first time ever, if the military came in and got rid of all these crooked ass motherfuckers, then I'd say, hey, for the first time in history, they fought for our freedom.
Yes. But, you know, you understand that that's just not supposed to happen.
I would thank them for their service, man. Come on.
Well, you see, then it would kind of change their image. They'd be more like the People's Army of Vietnam in Vietnam if they did that. So it's a stretch.
Yeah.
But I mean,
because then what I know. In reality, you'll be under military rule after that, and it won't be any better. But I'm saying, if it was like it should be, they should be like, look, y'all are being oppressed. We're just gonna free y'all right now. Then y'all can figure out what you're gonna do. Vote it out. Voting would matter if we had things to vote about without big parties and corporations behind it. Like, oh, you know, does everybody want health care for everybody? You pay taxes? Yeah. Everybody want to spend trillions on military? No. You know, does everybody want militarized police in the street? Nah, we don't.
Well, that's Switzerland.
How about education for everybody? Yeah, how about that? You know, shit like that.
No, that's Switzerland, not California. It is.
Yeah, I know, but it should be.
But I mean, it's getting to the point where I don't know if a military cabinet for the United States could be any worse than this. Because, yeah, for sure, whoever the leaders of the military are, yeah, their blood runs cold. It has to. Look at the job they have. I think if they were put in charge of their own people, I don't think they'd be too concerned about creating a big Swiss bank account or whatever, you know. They'd just be concerned with having order. And I think if it was regular army, I think that would apply equally than over any police force or National Guard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like nothing's going to work out perfect unless we get to millions of people.
As long as the army wasn't run by Nazis, the army would kick the Nazis' fucking ass.
Yeah,
because you're not us, and you're causing shit.
It's infested with them, though. The Army, Navy,
like I said, it's pretty sad when you start considering a military coup in the United States is a good thing.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like all the police forces, all the military.
Where did you go, Tim?
You can't hear me? Hello? Glenn.
Oh, this is interesting. Okay, let's send
Glenn, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
I don't know what happened. I was talking. Oh, okay. No, I was saying, you got a problem with the military, the police, the, you know, they're all infested with white supremacist Nazis. So, you know, they're all mixed in. So they had to weed it out their own thing. Deal with the, you know, I don't know. I don't know.
You know, there's only so much I can say because, you know, I don't live in the United States. And I certainly don't live in a place like Metro Los Angeles. So there's not really much I can really offer any intelligence on.
Yeah, anything else on this before we wrap it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so cool. We'll be back with the People's Weekly as soon as we can. Sometime next week. We're just kind of picking a day that everyone can get together and do it. Hopefully Nolan Hack will be able to make it next week as well. But yeah, like we have it listed as Saturday. It may or may not be Saturday. And that's due to my work schedule. When I said Saturday, I wasn't working Saturdays. And then as soon as I said, yeah, we're going to do it Saturday, I started working every damn Saturday. So my apologies for that. Also, we got new stuff coming. We got new equipment here that I haven't hooked up yet, but things will start to sound better on the shows pretty soon. And make sure everyone listening to this tunes in tomorrow night, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, to The View Up Here with Canadian Glenn. And there's a Music to Riot to Chinga La Migra coming as soon as I can get it out, hopefully this week before Sunday. And is there anything I'm missing, Glenn?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. All right, thanks for listening. See you guys next show. Thanks again.